All right, guys, I've had a couple of guys over the past few months ask me some specifics on painting in the garage, some things that I do, and some tips and tricks. So I'm going to, talk about a few here in this video. And this is not really a how-to video. I'm basically just telling how I do things because every painter's different, and one painter is going to think the other one's wrong. So this is just how I do it. I don't give a crap how you do it. So I'm just basically going to tell you the worst problem of a garage painter is moisture in his lines. Water will screw up a paint job faster than anything. That is what you do not want, is water. It is your enemy. So a water trap or a water filtration system is supposed to be like 50 feet away from your compressor. Compressor builds a lot of heat and condensation, so you want it away from it. So what I did to get away from it, I don't have no fancy hard plumbed lines and none of that shit. I took a 50-foot hose and went from my compressor, which is over in that corner over there. I've got plastic up right now because I'm actually base coating my 55 right now. I've got the hose run up the wall and it goes behind all my shelving over here, and it goes up and down, basically trying to take all the length out of it. And I got it coming around this corner over here and up to this. Now this is a second water trap that I have on the system. I have another one at the compressor and an oil separator. It doesn't really do a whole lot of good at the compressor, but it does catch the brunt of it. I mean, that thing gets pretty full, especially in the summer. You'll notice that a lot more water. But anyway, now I have a hose that I only use for painting because water will end up in a hose if you keep using it and using it and using it. So I have this is my main hose that I use to run my air tools when I'm working on crap, and then I have one that I just use for painting. Now, the hose itself, these are the ones I like. It's a Flexzilla. This thing is like a limp noodle, so when you're going around a car, you don't have this hard plastic like this Campbell Hausfield from Walmart here. These things are stiff. You try to go around the side of your car and it'll slap your quarter panel after you just put your first coat on, so believe me, I've done it. So the Flexzilla is a lot more limp noodle-ish, and it's very, very flexible. So those are my favorite. I get them at my local Atwoods. They're around $30, I believe. And then after I paint about, 4 or 5 cars, I change it out. I'll change out and take my painting hose and make it my main hose, and I'll throw my other one away or give it away, and then I'll use my new one for painting. Now also, I have a desiccant snake here. This is full of the desiccant stuff like these filters here have in them. So these are at Summit. This is where I get mine. And I think they're around 20 bucks if I remember right, and it's a DeVilbiss actually, but it's called a desiccant snake. And so you can't really tell when it's bad. So what I do is I use a screw-on desiccant, because these are dark purple when you put them on, and you can see through the window there. When they turn pink or white, they're done. So this is kind of my detection system for that. So I always run one of these with it. But anyway, so that is how I do my hose system for painting in my garage. Now again, I'm a hobbyist. I don't paint people's cars here every day of the week. This is just, I do 1 or 2 cars a year if I'm lucky. And actually the car I'm working on now, it's taken me 6 years so far. Anyway, also, now I do get some stuff at Walmart. I get like my drop cloths. I get my sheet plastic, which is this. Big rolls, they're like 10 bucks a roll, and I staple them to the ceiling. And I have a pretty good curtain here. And this is the last thing I put up because, I'll just show you. I get everything ready, the car taped off, everything, clean the floor, and then I bring the car in and then I staple the plastic up here. When you unroll this, you'll feel a static cling on it. And you can see from me putting my first coat of base on, you can see the overspray that is stuck to that plastic. It's because of the static cling, like I can feel it right now. So it is awesome for collecting debris, because in a garage, you don't have a paint booth. But anyway, I think that's the coolest part. Now it'll lose its static cling in just a couple hours, so once you're done painting, you might as well get rid of it. But anyway, the plastic works pretty good for keeping all the crap off all my junk in here, because I have a lot of crap, and I only have a 2-car garage, so kind of limited on space. Now, if you do buy cups at Walmart, mixing cups, The problem you're going to run into is those mixing cups only have a 3-to-1 ratio on them. A lot of automotive style paints are 1-to-1, 2-to-1, so you don't have it on your mix ratio, so you'll have to get your paint cups at your local paint store because they'll go to 1-to-1. So anyway, I also had a guy ask me the other day, how do you mix paint? And I'll just give you the rundown real quick, show you right here. If you got like say a 4-to-1 right here, you'll run your base coat will be your very first one, take it up to 6, put your activator in and go to 6 on that. If you're doing like a single stage, you'll do your base, your activator, and your reducer. So that's how you use a mixing cup. That's just a rundown quickie there. If you're straining your paint, which you should be, double up your filters. Some of the filters you'll get be really big mesh, so just double check and just use a double. I mean, they're cheap. You get them for free if you buy your paint stuff, you know. And of course, wear a respirator unless you want to pee blood or cough all night. So on my garage door for my air out, I've got 2 box fans. These are cheapy fans. They're like 15 to 20 bucks a piece. I took some 2x4s, I made some frames, and I stapled cardboard to them, and I cut out a notch and put the fans in there, and I run a double thing, or a multi-plug there with the extension cord running around from outside to it. Now Lowe's has little filters, 20 by 20 by 1 little filters, and they come in a 2-pack, and they're like $5. If you turn your fan on, you can stick that filter right up there. Mine are completely caked from where I painted the back of the car last week, and I didn't have any more, so I should have got some more today, but I didn't think about it. So anyway, that works pretty good. Now my garage door is curved at the top, so I've got a little bit of air that's coming in, which in my opinion is not a good idea because that's a good way to get dust in here. But anyway, again, it's a garage painter, and you're going to get trash in your paint. I don't care what you do. Anyway, I color sand and buff all my crap anyway. What else? I think that's about it, guys. I just wanted to give you some basic what I do stuff. And again, I don't care how you do it. Everybody has different ways of doing stuff. This is just how I do it and get it done here in a garage. So if I helped you out, that's cool. If not, oh well.